Hi everyone! It's been a while since someone asked me something, so this is just an improvised, as I keep saying, you should be asking me things. I love being asked things. But since no one's been asking recently, this is gonna be a how can you take better care of yourself reading. So, I mean, that could be in many ways. It could be better diet, more exercise, listen to your emotions, meditate, meet more people, do more fun things, focus on work, whatever it is for you. What should you be doing to take better care of yourself at this time? We have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. So you pick your pile, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello everyone who chose pile 1. We're just gonna do this isn't gonna be very complicated or detailed, I don't think. We're just looking at what you can do or should be doing to take better care of yourself. And we're actually gonna start by physically to get some pointers there, because we are more than just our body, of course, but it is also important to take care of our body. And then we're looking at the other parts sort of thing. Now, this might be connected. That's why we're using 2 different decks, in case it's the same card, so we can see that, like, if you're, for example, having a lot of headaches, that's physical. But if you're also very stressed, then it would probably be connected, or could be connected. So let's have a look. So what we have here then for the physical part, could just as well turn this over as well. For the physical part, I don't know if you've been ill recently or if you've just been pushing yourself, like where you don't actually feel very well physically, but you keep going because you kind of have to. This at least seems to me to suggest, because 10 of Pentacles, that's abundance. But in this position now, it's telling you how to take care of yourself, which means treat it as if you already have everything. Take it easy, relax, take a nap. If you want to go for a walk, go for a walk. If you keep wanting to do some yoga, do some yoga. This is, because with the King of Cups as well, very loving, very takey care of energy. Whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. Because the King of Cups is the emotional, loving, take care of-y. And the Star, that's the hope, renewal, cleansing. So it feels like you might have been feeling tired or overworked. And really what you need to do is, oh, this feels like a cliche, I'm sorry. It feels like it, but you need to show yourself love and compassion. And if you've been eating really unhealthy for a while, for example, or if you're, I don't know, been anything, drinking too much, because the Star is about hope and cleansing. So as an advice for something to do, yeah, definitely. Take it easy, treat yourself with love, genuine, connect with your own body, and like, oh, I love this one. I used to do pole fitness. This is just going to be an example, sorry. I used to do pole fitness back in, oh, it's like, I started, what, 10, 11 years ago? Nowadays my ceiling isn't quite sturdy enough, so I can't do it. It makes me really sad. But when I started, I was convinced that I had the worst body on the planet, because it couldn't do anything, and it was weak, and it wasn't, it wasn't pretty enough, it wasn't thin enough, all those things. I was 11 years younger, I've gotten over it, but when I started doing pole fitness, I had this realization that, wow, my body can do amazing things. Like, I can lift myself up the pole, or I can climb, or I can, all those things. And I was so impressed every day, like literally every day, with all the cool new stuff that my body could do, and that I really appreciated. It's that kind of fall in love with your body. Appreciate all the things it can do and spoil it a bit. And by spoiling your body, that doesn't actually mean buy 15 pizzas and sleep all week. But it means give it healthy food, let it rest, give it movement if it wants movement. Like, connect with your body and see what it is it wants. Because inside, you know, and your body's going to tell you what it is that it wants. On a more emotional, and I don't know if they're connected, but to like take care of yourself emotionally right now, it feels like you may have been feeling a bit. It feels like you may have been feeling. Yeah, sorry. But it does. Like you didn't have a plan. Like every day is just repeating, going through the motions, repeating like the patterns, the things that you do every day without really planning or thinking or having a goal or an aim with it. You're just going through the motions. And that's something that you should stop doing. Sit down with a pen and paper and make a plan for things you want to achieve or how you want to feel. You might actually even want to look into the whole, gratitude diary thing. Like every morning you write something that you look forward to on that day or something that you feel excited about. And in the evening you write down 1 or 5 or whatever number of things that were good. And it's enough with just one to learn to appreciate the positive things you actually have around you and to take that moment to think about the good things. But here it is with the Four of Swords, King of Swords, and the Chariot. It very much suggests that you need to find a goal, find a purpose with what you're doing, have a plan. Because if you're just going through the motions and not really being present in what you're doing, you're going to be depressed. That's what happens. You need to have purpose. And your mind or your soul or your mental part, the non-physical part, is, it looks like, begging to be activated. It wants purpose and goals. So you should sit down and give yourself that. As for the body, then spoil it a bit, but spoil it in healthy and good ways, because the star still hope and cleansing. You might want to, I don't know. I keep coming back to hamburgers for some reason, and hamburgers, while good if you make them yourself, if they're from a restaurant, you don't really know what's in them, but try some, clean eating. That's different for everyone. I'm not saying go on a water fast, definitely not, because you're also supposed to treat your body with love, and that feels more like a health thing rather than just being in the moment, appreciating and connecting. But maybe consider whatever you do, if it's eating, taking a walk, taking a nap, connect with your body, check in and see what it is it actually wants and why, if that makes sense. So you might want to sit down and just feel, what is it that I need? What is it that I want? And why? Is it so that I'll feel better physically? Or is it so that I won't have to think mentally? Because you need to get some focus here, and you need to reconnect and spoil yourself physically. Take care of yourself. Be this very loving, very adoring, very connected with your body. And give your mind something to do, something to activate it with. Maybe you have been very stressed and not had time for that recently, but now is the time. Your meditation card is the silent one. Watch the shifting shadows and be a caretaker of silence. Which, okay, I keep saying I'm not going to interpret this for you, and then I still do. It feels like you need to take a break here and just relax, sink into, give yourself purpose, give yourself love and attention, and maybe not chase after. But that's just me. How you interpret this, that is up to you. But either way, it looks very much like that. Your body is a bit overworked or tired. Let it rest, take care of it, connect and check in and see what it actually wants. Whereas your mind feels a bit understimulated or stressed and really needs some focus and a plan and purpose. So that's pretty much it for this. I hope that helps. And yeah, thank you. Hello, people who chose pile 2. Or I don't know if we're going to be seeing a trend or a theme here, but what we're going to do is look at your physical like situation and how you can best take care of that right now. And then we're going to have one there for your mental or spiritual or, you know, the non-physical stuff. And they might very well be connected. That's why we're using two decks, so that we can get a hint if, like, for example, the same cards show up, that it might be a clear hint that something is going on that connects the two. Like, as I was saying in pile 1, I think if you have a headache, for example, but it's caused by stress, then it might be that your mind is stressed and triggering headaches. That's just an example, but yeah. So this would be the physical, and this would be the mental or spiritual. So I'm gonna be a bit, I think, mean here. I'm not sure. Have you been not very nice to your body for a while? You have, with the whole taking care of thing, it's listen to calling and things will move swiftly and be good. But judgment also talks about, like, cause and effect. That what you have done, you reap what you sow, that sort of thing. And strength, okay, it could be literal, like start going to the gym and build your strength. I think it might be that you need to build strength because you haven't really been giving your body an opportunity to be strong. With judgment, it feels like this is a body that's been neglected, mistreated. Like, you have not necessarily been very good to it recently. I don't know. People always think like going to the gym and eating healthy and stuff, for example, is very good for the body, and it is, as long as you make sure to give it rest in between and you feed it the right nutrients and not just this is my calorie cap, that sort of thing. But this, I think it feels like you're ready to start developing whatever it is you want to develop now, if it is strength or speed, or could be some kind of injury, for example, that you want to work on. I don't think your body's been feeling healthy and happy recently, and I think you actually know why, and I think you know what to do about it, and I think that it will require strength to do it. I don't know what it is. As for the spiritual or mental aspects, this is very much like the Page of Swords, the World, Six of Wands. You need to stay awake now. You need to be optimistic, first of all. And with the World, that's ending of a cycle. I think you've been intentionally doing something. If it's been overworking or under eating or smoking or whatever, that you know that it needs to go. And you need to stay optimistic that, yeah, I can do this. But there are pitfalls. You need to be awake, mentally awake. Watch yourself, see what you're actually doing. If you start making excuses, like, let's use an extreme example, and I don't think this will be for everyone, but it might help you understand sort of what I mean. Let's say you have someone who is developing an eating disorder. Not in the full, well, they might be that too, but where it sneaks up on you. You're like, if I eat a little bit less today, I will have lost or gained whatever it is you're trying to do. 1 more kilo by next week, and da 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 da. And that's the only focus. Health isn't the focus. Happiness isn't the focus. Feeling good isn't the focus. The focus is only on this disordered state of relating to yourself. But then you at the same time know this isn't good. I should be done with this. And you develop the strength to be done with it. And like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to beat this, and I'm going to be healthy, and I'm going to be happy. But you will need to watch yourself. Because it's so easy to fall back into that kind of thinking. Like, it's just one, or, it's just this time, or, just one more. Don't let that happen. You need to sort of watch yourself there and be very strict with yourself, but in a good way, in a productive way. Like, let's say, let's use the eating disorder example then, that something that you've been struggling with and it didn't really make you happy. It gave you temporary like kicks, like, wow, I managed to reach this goal, whatever it was, but it wasn't in a happy way. And it's time to drop unhealthy or non-happy making behaviors. Aim to be happy and successful in a healthy way, and you're going to have to watch yourself, how you think, what habits you have, what your motivations are, so that you don't trip yourself over. Now, the whole eating disorder thing is just an example. It could be anything, because you have goals with this body experience, but you need to make sure that they are healthy and good and solid. And I don't think they have been for a while. I really don't. So look at that. Now, your meditation card is the Northwood Fae. Take time for hibernation and healing. Keep saying I'm not going to interpret these, but if I'm right here, then that makes a lot of sense. Take time for hibernation and healing. Because then you're going to need to heal, and you're going to have to develop healthier habits and a more connected way of treating your body and listening to it and what it actually needs and how you can be happy. Because, if your body isn't happy, if there's imbalance, or it's starved or overfed or not exercised enough or whatever it is, really, you have all these signal hormones and substances and stuff that don't work the way they should, which tends to lead to not being mentally happy either. There was an experiment, I don't remember the exact details, so I may be slightly off here, but it was a study where they took a group of depressed people and a group of happy, healthy people mentally, and they had them swap lives for the purpose of this experiment. So the healthy, happy people started living the lives of the depressed people, and vice versa. And by the end of this, I'm going to see if I can find a source. I'm not making any promises here, but I'll try. In any case, the happy people were less happy. The depressed people were actually less depressed. That's not me saying that depression can be cured just by, getting up. I've actually been depressed. I know it's not that easy. It's been a long time ago now, but I know it's not that easy. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm really just saying that if you already feel down and you start treating your body bad, you're going to feel even worse. They're connected. You need to take care of both. And in this case, then, I don't think your body's been happy for a while. You need to start taking better care of it. And that doesn't mean keep it shiny and impressive. It means help it feel good. And watch over those bad thought patterns, bad habits, bad ideas, bad things that you have going, because you need to heal and treat yourself better. I think that's it. I hope that was helpful. Do let me know, and good luck. Thank you. Hi people who chose pile 3. We are today going to be looking at what you can do, or what you should be doing, to take care of yourself at this present moment. Like, yeah, right now. What you should be doing to feel better, to take care of yourself, both physically and mentally. So we're going to start by looking at physically with 3 cards. And then we're going to do mentally or spiritually over there. Because if, for example, there are connecting cards, or the same card wants to come out, then we can see if there's a connection between how your physical body feels and how your spiritual self feels. And if there's, connections, anything you should be doing there. So, physically, I think, 9 of Cups, 7 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups, that's the wish card, sort of thing. And 7 of Wands, that's the competition where you need courage and you need strength and you need focus. And 3 of Pentacles is the whole cooperation thing, doing things together. I'm wondering if you have a clear goal for where you want to go, what you want to do with your body, and you feel ready for it. Like maybe you want to run a marathon and you've been practicing for that. Get a running buddy if that's the case, or a trainer, but another person to do these things with, or who can coach you. It's whether it's lifting heavy things or running or whatever it is, really. You are ready, but get a friend or a coach to help you focus on it properly. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. Whereas on this side, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, you have the Chariot, the Knight of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles. And I can't really say much about that. It's the Knight of Cups. Emotional, pretty fast, in contact, in touch with, well, emotions. The cups are the water element, it's emotions. But the Chariot is setting clear goals, having willpower and steering towards exactly what you want. 8 of Pentacles, work and dedication and expertise. So it might be that you're learning something new, for example, or that you just want to, I don't know how to express this really. I mean, this side is fairly easy. Whoops, okay. Well, this side is fairly easy. You have goals, you're ready to move to the next level with them, but get a coach or a friend or a training buddy. It's really not more complicated than that. This side is a bit more interesting because it doesn't have to be connected. I mean, how your body is doing clearly affects your mind and your spirit, and the other way around, but they don't have to be connected. And right now, spiritually, I'd say setting clear goals, but soft, like not pushing yourself too much, whether it's related or not. Setting goals, knowing what you want and how to get it, what way to get there, because with the 8 of Pentacles, this is like in this position, it would be someone who knows all they need to know about something. It is work, so maybe it is connected, I don't know. Like, let's say again that you're aiming to run in a marathon. That's the best example I can come up with, and I've never actually done that because I'm not a runner type person. I kind of wish I was, but I'm not. Then you could get a running buddy, and that's pretty much it. But you have to be stubborn. You have to know how to run. You have to do the work here as well. It could be that easy that it's just connected. That you're practicing willpower and listening to your signals, like, I really want to do this or I don't. And having clear goals with willpower. On your meditation card, you have the Honey Mother. Sometimes the greatest magic lies in the smallest of forms. I don't know what that means for you in this context, but it seems like you have a goal that you are ready to take to the next level, sort of thing. But you should get a friend or a coach. And you should set clear goals and not be too hard on yourself, but let yourself put in the work, develop the expertise, the knowledge, the know-how regarding whatever this is, but do it patiently. Be gentle with yourself, but be very clear what it is that you are working towards. I said, I don't know if they're related, the mental and the physical here. Let me know if that's the case. This was a very short reading, but it's really just encouraging. There are no weird little side things here. It's really just, you know what you want. You're ready to get it, but you should get someone to push you along or drag you along or just be there. And you have, you know, something that you want to do or that you need to set goals and work towards really dedicatedly, but gently and not being mean to yourself. And sometimes the greatest magic lies in the smallest of forms. I wonder if you're actually going to be running in a race or something. I don't know. Maybe. Let me know. Thank you. Hello everyone who chose pile 4. This has been... I was a bit curious at the start, like, how different can it actually be? Everyone knows what you should do to make your body happy. You should feed it appropriately and take it out for walks and clean it. And still, there's been some differences between the piles. And now we'll see what it is that you should do to take care of yourself here. And we'll start with the physical aspect. Because, well, usually they connect. Like how your body feels affects your mind, how your mind feels affects your body. And it might be cool to see, well, cool, yeah, it might be cool to see if there are any connecting or overlapping factors here. And what it is that you should be doing now to take better care of yourself. So there we go. Have you been rather demanding more of yourself than you actually had to give? I'm not necessarily sure about this, but you have, on the physical side, you have the Tower, and you have the 4 of Pentacles and 6 of Pentacles. And if this is an advice you're supposed to take, moving from a 4 to a 6, but the Tower, there is either a signal you're not listening to, and it could end badly, but I'm more thinking there is something you know that you're doing wrong, and you need to stop it before it ends badly. Listen in, really, because if this is physical, it might even be, you know, go see a doctor. Maybe you're developing IBS due to stress or something. Like, this isn't, you know, horrible things. Not necessarily, at least. I mean, it's going to be different for everyone. But I think that you know very well what you are doing that isn't good for your body, and you should stop it immediately. I don't know what it is. It could be anything. This has some similarities to a previous pile, but there it was like, this is harsher. There is something you need to stop right now before something goes very wrong. I don't know what it is. Are you allergic to something, or are you doing drugs, or are you... I don't know. The example I used in the other pile was eating disorders. I could just as well use that here. If you're doing anything like that, stop it right away. You know you have to, and you know you can get better. But you're doing something. Or there is something that you're afraid of and you know it. And you should look into it. Maybe you'll feel better afterwards, though. Anyways. Over here in the spiritual, mental side, we have King of Cups, 6 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. And that's a bit different. Because there you'd have the King of Cups, first of all, as an advice on how to take care of yourself intellectually or spiritually. There's, I wonder if there's a nicer way to say this, but one of the ways to say it is grow up. Sounds terrible. It calls a bit for emotional maturity, to really look at your emotions, what you're experiencing, with calm, with some distance, and with love and maturity. Like, I don't mean literally grow up, but something along those lines, actually. Master your emotions. Be in charge of what you're feeling. And that also rhymes really well, because we have the 6 of Wands here, which is, in that case, then set an attitude and an expectation of success. Like, you already have that triumph, so you're optimistic. And any negative feelings, look at them, evaluate them, check in with them, see what is this really? Am I afraid, or am I angry, or what is this feeling? Identify them and manage them. And then return to optimism and this goal that you are going to win, whatever it is. With Seven of Pentacles, that can be a bit of a waiting game, or patience is required. Because if it is actually the case that you have been very negative, or letting your emotions run away with you, or being more or less controlled by your emotions, and in that case it's usually the negative ones, like you're really afraid of losing someone, or really losing something, you're really afraid of losing something, that sort of situation, where the King of Cups then says you have to look at these emotions and identify them and handle them. And the Six of Wands is an encouragement to stay optimistic. Be sure that you are going to win, whatever that means in this situation for you. Seven of Pentacles means, or suggests, that you will have to have an attitude of waiting, of patience, of, you know, it's going to take a while before everything is the way you want it to be. And again, then here with the physical, there is, I think, something you need to stop doing, or something that you are worried about. Like, let's say your knee hurts, so you don't go for walks because your knee hurts and you're scared of hurting it more. But you don't go to a doctor to check it out and see what's wrong with my knee. You just keep avoiding everything, so you're frozen in that state. If that's the case, for example, if it is, I'm scared of whatever health issue, go to the doctor, get it looked at, get over it. Not get over it, but get it over with, is what I mean. And what it seems then is that you can actually have a better situation. Like, it's going to be better, not worse. So you need to stop doing whatever the bad thing is you're doing, change how you do things completely in that area, or overall. This could be how you relate to your body, like, oh, I don't like it, then yeah, time to tear that down entirely and set up a happier, more loving relationship with your body. It could be that you're feeding it with something that is bad for it, or not feeding it, and then you need to stop that and take better care of it. There is something here that you need to do, like it calls for an action. It's something that can feel scary. Like, let's say, well, the examples I've given, really. Like, you're scared of a knee damage, so you never get it looked at. Or you have a mole that you're scared of, so you never look at it. Or you don't eat enough because you want to lose weight. Or you hate your body secretly. These are those things. Stop the bad behaviors. Develop better behaviors. And this kind of suggests a bit like that as well. Why are you doing the bad things? What are you afraid of? Why are you afraid of handling it? Connect to, master your emotions. Your meditation card is the Spirit Familiar. Seek loving connections and cherish friendships. I wonder, with that there, again, I shouldn't be interpreting these. They're up to you. But the way I get it is, maybe if this is something actually difficult, something you're scared of, or something you're worried you can't stop doing, or whatever it is, find friends or people that have been through the same thing who can help you. Like, really help you. There are... Okay, let's pretend again that this is like alcohol abuse and you need to stop that and be nice. And that's going to take a while to actually do. There are, well, for example, AA, or forums or chats or Discord, or really everywhere there are support groups for whatever problem you have, really, whatever it is. If it is, I have a bad knee, there will be a support group for it online somewhere. Find those groups and find the support you need to handle whatever it is that you need to stop doing or stop avoiding to feel better. And again, learn to engage with and identify your emotions. Have an attitude of optimism and be prepared to have to be patient. This could take a while, but it will be fine. So that's what you need to do to, well, feel better or take care of yourself better. I hope it helps. Good luck.